Yo, what's up, everybody? Today we are here joined by Jack Smyth, also known as Thatsjacked. How you doing today? Thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me. I'm doing great. How about you guys?
Doing good.
Good.
Fine. Yeah.
So if the viewers aren't following Jack, you do some really cool videos, and they're not normal to TikTok. Like most, it's kind of unique in its own way. Um, we thought that was very cool, and I have been following for a while now, and I've seen all these awesome projects you've been doing, and I just want to know, how did you get started with doing all these and starting TikTok?
Sweet, dude. Good question. Yeah, it's been crazy. I'll say that I wanted to do YouTube a couple of years ago, and I watched people do it. Just thought it was the coolest job ever. I loved making videos. I was making a couple of videos for companies at that point, and I figured that, man, I love making videos, and I have to make videos for companies to make money. But if I could make videos for social media, make videos for people, which is what I wanted to do,
Hmm.
and make a living out of that somehow, that would be insane.
Yeah.
That was kind of like my base. So I had tried to start making some YouTube videos. You can still find them, my old cringy vlogs. They're up there, and they never took off, man. But I read a book called Crushing It by Gary Vaynerchuk. Either of you guys read that?
Yeah.
Crushing It? Yep, legend.
He's
And
he's lit.
yeah, and remember at the end of the book, he talks about Musically, and he's like, keep an eye on this platform. It's going to pop off. And he talks about, hey, when a new platform comes around, be on the first or the second wave of people that jump on. Don't be those guys that wait until it's popular to jump on. So I figured that's what I'd do. I'd wait until something pops off. Then TikTok started happening, and I'd say I was kind of on the second wave before it was cool by any means. I'm not sure if it's still cool, but I jumped on and started playing around with some videos. And bro, I had like 50 followers in the first week or something, which was kind of normal. I kind of expected that, maybe I get some followers. But the crazy thing is I got like 2,000 views on a video, and then like 4,000 views. And that blew my mind. My YouTube videos got like 600 views, and that was after 24 hours of editing. And now these things are getting like thousands of views on just like, I just record something random, put it up there, and it's like getting thousands of views. That blew my mind. So I pushed in, got an accidental viral video, which you can go and see still. It's so random, but it got like 3 million views in a couple of days, and that got me to 20,000. And then around about the 100,000 mark, I decided that I was going to lean in and take it seriously after a couple of like random viral videos, and kind of started doing the voiceover to adventure / lifestyle / DIY type videos. I built a fort in my yard. And that's when my account went from like 200,000 to 800,000. And then it's been like the DIY projects that people like that I do. And I suck at, I cannot build things to save my life, but I guess they're like interesting enough to watch. I just kind of take childhood dreams, stuff that I've always wanted to do, and go for it. And I think it's stuff that other people want to do as well, but don't get around to doing. So they kind of are interested in watching it happen on TikTok in some way. That's my theory, at least. That's why I think.
No, I mean, I bet like people like really relate, because I mean, you always have like the, hey, me and my friends wanted to, and then you go on with what you do, right? And I feel like people are like, oh, I want to do that with my friends, I want to do that, right? And it's like a lot of like semi-basic kind of like, oh, like I can actually do that if I wanted to, right? So I feel like people can really relate.
Yeah, usually stuff doesn't happen. You want to build a fort, that's like a childhood dream, but it never really happens. So you never really have the money. It's fun when you actually decide to do it. And that's what we did. I just filmed it, told stories, and that's kind of, I guess, how my channel's been built up.
That's awesome. I've been following, I think I've followed the first fort you did in your yard when you got all the pallets and stuff, right? Was that the first one?
That's what I'm talking about. Yep.
That was so cool. I thought that was awesome. I followed, and I was following the progress, and as you kept going and stuff. And didn't something happen where you had to take it down, or what happened with that?
Dude, my neighbors, man, they snitched. They called the freaking HOA on us. So yeah, we had some neighbors, this poor old couple. And anyway, we live in a neighborhood where you can't really do stuff like that. we live in the kind of neighborhood where if your basketball hoop is too far down the driveway, they're going to move it. They're going to call the HOA. Back up. Anyway, so us building this piece of crap in the back of our yard was not ideal. The land we were building it on, I don't know if you remember, we built a bridge onto a piece of forest and we just cut away the grass there. I mean, I don't even think that was our land. So they were kind of like in their rights to call the HOA on us, but we didn't want them to come and fine us. So we had to take it down in like 48 hours. It was ridiculous.
That stinks, dude.
Yeah, not fun.
Yeah. But then you moved on and then you did, was the treehouse the next one? The next like big thing you made?
So it was a blessing in disguise because it meant that, I mean, the fort had kind of run through its shelf life anyway. So it was able to be like let's pivot. Let's do something even bigger and better. And that was the treehouse.
Yeah, that was so cool.
Thanks, man. It's been fun.
That was when I was watching that, and then you made the wall that came down and turned into like a deck, right?
The drawbridge. Yep.
The drawbridge, right.
Yeah.
That was sick. And how heavy was that thing? Because that must have been like so hard to maneuver and get it right.
Yeah. Dude, I wish when people see this, they'll see a visual. Maybe you can like throw in an edit of what it is. It is way heavier than it looks. It looks like it's an 8x8 piece of wood. Well, it's pallets. It's essentially built like a wall. So it's about actually it's like 2x8s all planted together with some plywood on top of that. And that's, dude, it is hundreds and hundreds of pounds. I couldn't believe how heavy it is.
That's crazy.
But yeah, it was.
How many people you got helping you?
Just my buddies. So I've got like my brother, my other brother when he's around, he's off at college, and then whoever I can rope in on the day. I had a bunch of people up. Okay, let's go and build a tree house, or let's go and make a Saran Wrap fort, or just whatever it is. And anyone who's curious enough to join me does, and that's what happens.
Yeah. Speaking of the Saran Wrap fort, by the way, that when I saw that pulled really good views. Like,
yeah, that's my top viewed video, I think.
That when I saw that, I was like, holy crap. First of all, that was a genius idea. And then second of all, it was super cool. And then I texted one of our friends and I was like, dude, we should do something like this because, you know, I was inspired by your videos. And I was like, we got to get outside and make something or do something and, you know, try to create something. But how much Saran Wrap did you get? Like, do you know how many feet you got? Because that was a lot of Saran Wrap.
Dude, it was 5,000 yards, which means that it was 15,000 feet, I believe.
Oh my god,
that's a lot. Shit.
Oh. I mean, it's actually more than that because we did more than one. It was an absurd amount of Saran Wrap. And oh man, people were so pissed because of the environment. I mean, it's recyclable. We're gonna reuse and recycle all of it, but people were not happy with the amount of like just plastic, I guess it was, which I get. I care about the environment too, but yeah.
I mean, when you draw that many like views in, you're gonna get that portion of people that are gonna have those ideals, right? Like if it didn't pop off so much, I bet you wouldn't have that, right? But you got so many views that like those portion of people are gonna like, you know, come out and say that stuff. I mean, it's not that they're wrong, but I mean, it's gonna happen. So
100%.
Did you put that on YouTube, or do you plan to put that on YouTube? Because I think on YouTube that would be a really good video that would pull good views on there too.
Dude, I have not put it on YouTube. Oh wait, no, did I? Yes. Crap. I have no idea if I put that on YouTube or not. But you're right. That would be a good YouTube video. Especially if I make a long version of it. The thing is, I'm not done with the Saran Wrap thing. It's just been flipping. Where do you guys live?
We're in Connecticut.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so you've been experiencing the cold as well.
Yeah.
Probably way more so than us. But you guys know how cold it's been. It's impossible to get outside. I'm not trying to paint the forest. Yeah, with Saran Wrap in like negative, well, I'm thinking in Celsius, but like 20 degrees and wet, not trying to be outside. So I'm still trying to, once it warms up a little bit, we're going to go and cut down I guess I haven't told anyone this, so, but we're going to go and cut down the Saran Wrap treehouse and reuse all of that and actually add it to our treehouse. It's going to be like a permanent addition. I think we'll make like a hammock like a smaller version way up high above the
Mhm.
treehouse, and it's like a
That'd be
fun
dope.
place we can climb into and hang out.
That's
Yeah.
sick.
I mean, speaking of the weather, I mean, you've been taking advantage of that pretty well. Like, you had the snowball fight with your neighbors.
Yeah, man. I guess that's
So
the nature of like my TikTok, is it's all just sort of life as it happens, trying to take advantage of it and make the most of it. But yeah, that was another like huge breakthrough, was the snowball fight. Like that was, I mean, it got slightly less views than the Saran Wrap video, but that it just got reposted by some enormous accounts, and that one went the most viral everywhere. Like Instagram, it went viral on several accounts, and now Lad Bible just hit me up and they're going to use it, and so that's been a really fun little push. Has been the snow kind of series, I guess.
Yeah, that's super cool.
It's really fun.
Is your plan, like you said you wanted to do YouTube all that time, is your plan to eventually this is something we usually ask people, is push back to YouTube? Like, are you going to try to bring your followers to YouTube and maybe make it like a more sustainable job, because YouTube pays way better than TikTok? And is that your plan at all, or is it just TikTok for now?
Absolutely, the plan is YouTube. It's just a better place to grow relationships with your audience. I feel like you can watch 2 or 3 YouTube videos to the end, and you've grown a better relationship with the creator of that video than following somebody on TikTok for like 3 months. It's a weird thing, man, that when you just spend a little bit more time on those YouTube videos, when you sit there and engage with that. So that's the goal, man. Just connecting with my audience. I want to build something more meaningful than the odd fun viral video. So YouTube is a place to do that. And then, yeah, in terms of like making a living, YouTube pays way better, both on like ads off the platform, but then, you know, when companies reach out to you and want to work with you, they pay better on YouTube than they do on TikTok for sure.
Yeah. 100%.
We've talked to like so many people on this podcast, and everybody says like, I'm going to YouTube after this, because like it's like so hard in 60 seconds to like connect, right? And also like TikTok kind of keeps you to this like one like strategy, right? You can't really branch out, right? So if you go to YouTube, just so much more freedom. So it's like it's a trend among almost every like creator that's coming up, that eventually they want to go to YouTube.
It's just so much harder, bro. Like it's flipping full time. If you're trying to do YouTube videos, it's like TikTok takes hours every day. If you're trying to do YouTube on top of that, it's just a lot. So trying to balance time. I don't want to get completely absorbed by, you know, my work, what I do in this. But I would love to move over to YouTube. It's just a matter of timing. But I've posted a video, did kind of well. I got a few thousand, so not great, but you know, better than my other videos before. The funniest thing, man, is I posted consistently, semi-consistently for a while on YouTube and got like 300 subscribers. And then since TikTok alone, I've gone from 300 or 400, somewhere around that, a few hundred subscribers, to like 14,000 subscribers or something, posting 2 videos. Just because like you can promote your YouTube, you know, people like you now, you've got a bit more of an audience. It's so funny. I haven't even been posting there, and yet it's just grown so much more than when I ever did post there. But I just need to get on there and just start doing my thing, man, because I do love YouTube. Yeah, I really do.
And your videos will stand out too, because they're not like the normal videos. Like, you know, they're more not out of the box. I mean, they're kind of out of the box, right? They're not the normal things you see on YouTube. They're more creative. They're more entertaining. Like when I see a giant Saran Wrap treehouse on my recommended page, I'm definitely going to click on that because I want to see what's going on. So yeah.
I appreciate that, man. I'm working. I've got like a draft of this YouTube video for the treehouse, for the Saran Wrap. But after this conversation, it's inspired me to just jump on there and finish it up, because I agree. It would do well there as well. Yeah.
Another thing I want to talk about is your trip in the Outer Banks. Would you longboard across the Outer Banks, right? How was that? That's a crazy commitment, and that's a good challenge. I mean, how did that go?
It was fun, bro. Were you following at the time, or did you see it when you kind of scrolled through?
I was following
And
them. Yeah.
okay, yeah, it's funny, man. So it was a win in some senses, and it wasn't in others. So it was great partnering with that company, Shark Wheel. They're high quality, but and the trip, it was amazing. I'll talk about the trip, but in terms of views, which is ultimately, it's you need these things to perform well so you can keep doing them, right? And you
Mhm.
want to make content that people want to see and enjoy. And for me, that was like a lifelong childhood dream to do something like that. So I'm glad I did, and I had a phenomenal time. But the series absolutely flopped. I don't think a single one of them even got like 1 million views. So it was a little bit of a flop in terms of the views. But the experience, bro, I would do that again and again. It was tough. I don't have a good patience for like one thing for hours and hours. So just standing on a board, just riding, actually got a little bit old. But the scenery is amazing. Outer Banks is one of my favorite places on earth. And just exploring the whole island inch by inch on a longboard was really fun. And we camped out. There were storms. We ate good food. I don't know, there were just like a lot of stories and adventure that came out of that. So I'd do it again. It was phenomenal.
Yeah, that sounds like a great
Is that
trip.
after the show? Was
This
that
was
after like the show came out?
this was after the show came out, so
Oh,
I
okay.
was
Wow,
hoping
that's
to ride that
surprising.
trend a little bit,
Yeah.
but nah, it didn't really pick up, man.
No.
It was fun though, bro.
Yeah.
Outer Banks is nothing
bet.
like
I
the
bet.
show in the show though. It's similar scenery, but in terms of the towns and the houses and stuff, that's way more North Carolina coastline than like actual Outer Banks. I found.
No, I think they actually shot the show in North Carolina and not really like not in Outer Banks.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of it was not shot there.
I heard it was even in South Carolina. I think in Charlotte.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If that's in South Carolina. Anyway,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
or Charlotte. No, Charlotte is in
Maybe.
North. I was
Yeah.
getting confused with the season. Yeah. But anyway, man, it was so fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Things like that. I mean, of course you want to blow up, but those are memories you're gonna remember, for like the rest of your life. And that's the great part about it. I think that TikTok and I mean social media in general brings those experiences out. Like even on my channel, like I'm not that big, but there's things that I've done where I'm gonna remember them for so long just because they're great experiences. And so I think that's another plus about doing social media is that, you know, great experiences come from it. So
I completely agree. And at the end of the day, bro, I'm excited to have these memories that I can share with my kids and grandkids. And I think that's like I really just get joy out of like just going back a few months, like this Outer Banks series. You spend hours editing it and making it so you kind of get sucked up into that world, and it doesn't really mean much when you watch it after that. But a few months down the line, those videos are able to bring back the smell of the ocean and like the graze on your knee. You feel it again, and the wind and just the excitement of it all. Like a video can do that, and that's why I got into video in the first place. But
yeah.
I agree with you. That's at the end of the day, after all said and done, that's what's special to me, and that's what gets me excited about video.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
It's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
So tell me about you haven't always lived in the United States, right? Tell me about that story, how you got here and what was life before that or just
Yeah. So I grew up in South Africa. I was born in Zimbabwe, which is just north of South Africa. And South Africa is in the south of Africa. It's the most southern country, which might sound obvious,
Yeah.
but surprisingly isn't as obvious as you might think. I've had a lot of interesting stories with people who have no idea where South Africa is. And yeah, that's where I grew up. I grew up in Zimbabwe, then moved to South Africa when I was about 5. And I moved because my dad, he was a pastor in Zimbabwe, and he felt God calling us to South Africa. So that's what we did. We moved to South Africa and we planted a church there. I grew up there in just an amazing childhood in Southern Africa, man. It's beautiful. And then we moved over when I was 18 again for the exact same reason. There's this church here in Washington, D.C. that needed a lead pastor, and through an amazing sequence of events that we'd call God calling us here, we came over, and we've been here since.
Nice.
Yeah. Been really great.
Oh, so do you have any, this is something we also like to ask is, do you have anybody on TikTok or Instagram who you'd like to do a collab with, like a dream collab, or somebody who in the future you'd like to collab with on a project?
Great question, man. What a fun question. I love collabs. They're so fun. It's really cool connecting with other people that you look up to on the internet. And I would say Casey Neistat was a guy that I watched for years on YouTube. He was the one that like got me into YouTube in general. And Casey Neistat, Peter McKinnon, guys like that, I loved. Sam Calder, I don't know if these are like video guys in particular. They're amazing cinematographer guys. But then on a TikTok, like more recently, I've just really loved and respected what David Dobrik does, and guys like that. So I would say anyone like that would just be a little bit of a dream come true to connect with some of those guys. But I'll tell you that one of the most rewarding things is connecting with other smaller creators. It's really cool that you get to and get like even meeting you guys. It's anybody who's kind of hustling on social media, we all share something, and it's hard to put a finger on that, but it means that you can relate to people really quickly if they're doing the same thing as you. They've had the same struggles, the same wins, it's all the same hustle. So I feel like I click quickly with other people who are also doing it. So it's super rewarding meeting anyone else who is also doing the same thing and partnering with them for a video or something. But yeah, a dream down the line would be David Dobrik. I think he's a great guy, but that sounds cliche because everyone wants to do something with him. Dude Perfect, obviously, those kind of things. That would be just such a fun thing. But if it doesn't happen, not the end of the world. If it does, I'll freak out a little bit. Try and play it cool, but
just imagine like going into an episode of Overtime, just like being in that.
Into what?
Just for into an episode of Overtime,
bro.
The news.
You cutting out at that exact.
Oh,
moment.
my bad. They're an episode of Overtime.
Oh yeah,
like imagine being in that and like doing all that stuff. So dope,
dude. So cool. Yeah, fun question, man. What about you guys? Who's your dream like interviewee? Who do you guys want to collab with?
Nobody's asked us that back.
Yeah.
I mean, taste of your own medicine. How does it feel?
Someone who I want to interview who recently followed me back, but I haven't like talked to him yet. You know who Ben Houselog is?
Who?
Ben Houselog.
I do not. I'm gonna Google him. Is he on TikTok or?
Yeah, he's on TikTok. He's from where is he from? He's from like the middle of Midwest, maybe, or I think he's from Iowa. I'm pretty sure he's from Iowa. He's a comedy creator. He's super funny, but yeah, he's someone who I've wanted to collab with for a while or do something with. I think that his videos are hilarious, but other than that, I'm not really sure. Kush, is there anyone who you want to, or?
I mean, you want to do more Big Time Rush members. Come on.
Oh, of course.
Like, imagine Carlos. Like,
yeah,
that'd be lit. But
no, you're right. That would be a dream. More Big Time Rush members would be so cool. But
that's sweet, guys.
We did Glitman. We could do all of them.
Yeah, get them all.
I'm not familiar, but that sounds awesome.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, what you were saying about connecting with other creators, that's one of the big reasons why we want to do this is we're talking to people who are different parts of the country we probably would have never talked to before. And I think it's like a great experience. Like we had CJ Kerwin, I don't know if you know him, but he lives in California, which I wouldn't probably have ever talked to him before because he's across the country. And I don't know, I think it's super cool connecting with other people and just meeting new people. And I don't know, it's a great experience, honestly.
Agreed. Yeah, couldn't agree more.
Yeah. But at that, I think that's a great place to wrap it up. Ending on a good note right there. Why don't you go ahead and shout out your social medias for anybody who's watching so they can go and follow you.
TikTok is Thatsjacked. as in that's jacked, just one word. Instagram is also that's jacked. Snapchat is that's jacked as well. And YouTube, actually, I just changed it to that's jacked. So one short, quick way of saying all of that is that's jacked and everything.
Yeah.
And look out for those YouTube videos. And when you see that fort video up there, just know it's these guys that, put the final foot in my butt to get that done.
Yeah, we'll put all the info in the description below.
Down below.
And yeah, so everyone watching, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Check out Jack's social medias. We'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.